Hello, my name is Gina. During a series of tutorials, I will lead you through the process of filling in the application form for a standard project in our monitoring system, GEMS. In this particular tutorial, I will show you how to fill in the co-financing section of the partner budget and the state aid self-assessment. Please be aware that these tutorial videos focus on the fields of the application form to be filled in or to be selected. They do not refer to overviews or those fields that are automatically generated by the system. Watching the tutorials does not substitute careful studying of the manuals of the program. Applicants are advised to read the manuals first and check the tutorials thereafter to get a practical insight into the system and the process of filling in the application form. To define the financing of a project, the financing of the partner budgets needs to be defined first. You'll find the section where the partner financing is to be filled in if you click each partner below the Partner's Overview chapter of the left side menu bar, and then go to the sixth worksheet called Co-Financing. To define the partner's financing structure, first you need to set up its costs in the budget section, which was explained in the previous tutorial. Don't forget that in case of changes in the budget, you may need to update the co-financing structure. Please start by selecting the program fund from the drop-down list in the co-financing table. This is a GEMS feature that in principle allows the selection from more than one fund. In the Austria-Hungary program, you can only select the ERDF. The funding rate in the column percentage is pre-filled with 80%, but depending on, for example, the financing capacity of the project partner, a lower funding intensity can also be defined. ERDF must not exceed 80%. Hungarian project partners, who are entitled for a higher, 35% or 40% government contribution, shall typically set the funding rate to 60%. Based on the total costs of the partner and the ERDF share, the required partner contribution is calculated and displayed below the ERDF row. In the next table, you have to define the origin of that partner contribution. From this perspective, own resources and any kind of third-party financing are all considered to be partner contribution, the national financing sources of the partner budget. In the case of Austrian partners, this must be at least 20% of the partner budget, while in the case of Hungarian partners, the total of all national financing sources is at least 40%. If, as part of the partner contribution, the project partner provides own resources, this must be recorded next to the abbreviated name of the partner. Choose the legal status of the contribution from the drop-down list, and take care that you select the same legal status that you marked in the partner section. After this, enter the amount of the contribution. If some part or all of the partner contribution comes from third-party sources, click on the plus Add New Contribution button. In case of Hungarian partners, you always have to add a new row. Write State of Hungary, Magyar Állam, into the Source of Contribution field, select the Automatic Public option from the drop-down for legal status of the contribution, and record the amount that equals 35% or 40% of the partner budget, depending on the partner's status. For any other third-party financing, click plus Add New Contribution, record the name of the financing institution, select its legal status, public or private, and enter the respective amount. Pay attention that the amount of the partner contribution automatically displayed in the upper table must match with the total of the manually recorded amounts in the second table. If there is a gap, it is displayed in red below the partner contribution table. When you are done, save the co-financing section by clicking the Save Changes button at the bottom of the page. Each project partner needs to fill in a state aid criteria self-check. Before filling in this part of the application form, consult Chapter 3.11 of the Eligibility Manual, our dedicated fact sheet on state aid, or ask your regional coordinator for help with individual questions. Contact information is available on the program website. In the first part of the section, you have to answer yes, no questions and give an explanation to underpin your choice, with regard to two specific criteria. The first criterion is the partner involved in economic activities through the project? Below the heading, you find two sub-questions. Answer them by clicking yes or no, and by writing an explanation of up to 1,000 characters in German and in Hungarian. The second criterion is, does the partner receive an undue advantage in the framework of the project? Similarly to the previous one, answer the two sub-questions by clicking yes or no, and by writing an explanation of up to 1,000 characters in German and in Hungarian. Below the table, GEMS will display if based on your answers there is or there isn't a risk of direct or indirect state aid. If, based on your answers, you have identified project activities that have some state aid relevance, select them from the drop-down in the next section. For this, first, you have to set up the work plan. Based on the recipient of the state aid, direct aid to the project partner or indirect to final beneficiaries, and based on the amount of the aid, linked to the state aid relevant activities, you can select one of the applicable state aid schemes from the drop-down at the bottom of the page. Remember, you'll find more information on this in the eligibility manual and in the fact sheet on state aid. The project will be subject to a state aid assessment by the member states representing the respective partners. In their assessment, they will use your self-assessment as an input, but can also overrule that. Don't forget to save your work regularly, but at latest before you move on to another section, or before you close GEMS. If you have filled in all sections, run the pre-submission check and submit your application.